Good evening, everybody. Happy March. So excited today. We are in Women's History Month. Yes. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Glow. I'm CEO of Black Girl Everything. So we are here for a riveting conversation celebrating BIWOC-owned businesses as entrepreneurs. I have four amazing women with me today who I love dearly, who we're going to share in a great conversation. Share us a little bit about them. They're going to sell themselves a little bit so you guys can actually book them for things. This is the thing you guys got to do. Follow them and then book them later. Thank you. Please and thank you. So we're going to jump into some basic introductions about everybody. So let's start down there on Lulu. Please introduce yourself. Tell people where you're from.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Lulu Batista, otherwise known as Lulu the Sexpert. I am from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a Master Certified Sexpert. I will be at the retreat next week, and I can't wait to interact with everyone and have you learn more about how bringing foreplay is important, because that's my stone. I love that. That is my foundation, bringing foreplay back to life.
Listen, I don't know why people kill foreplay off in the first place. Listen, it is important. All right, so let's go with Coach Jay.
Hi, I am Coach Jay. I am so excited to be here tonight, first of all. And I'm a women's empowerment coach. I'm all about bigging women up completely. I've been through the struggle and then some. You guys who are going to be at the retreat, you will hear much about the backstory. And I'm just excited to bring that energy to the space and let all of the women know that you matter. What you want matters, your voice matters, and you showing up in every space matters.
Okay, perfect. You've got to mention one business, and I'm going to stop you because you're going to mention it right now.
Okay, I will also talk about Jakayla Marie accessories. All right, so I am it. I'm all the things when it comes to women's empowerment. As Coach Jay, I speak to our souls and our spirits. And then Jakayla Marie accessories, I make one-of-a-kind custom handbags. I do not make the same bag twice. I use repurposed denim, vinyl, and amazing prints to make the one-of-a-kind bags. So you can catch me on either end. And I am truly empowering women by design through these bags.
Thank you, Coach Jay. All right. Rema the Great. Boo, holla at us. Where are you at?
How y'all doing? It's your girl, Rema the Great. And I am now transitioning into Coach Rema. So I'm happy to join the platform as such. My expertise is in business and life coaching, but in the transformational line. I believe that transformation happens externally, then internally. And I'm going to show y'all exactly how during the retreat. I got something special for y'all. And on top of that, like I was dreaming about this particular retreat about a month and a half ago. I told Dr. Glow, I said, listen, I got a book idea, and I finished the book. So make sure y'all see me this weekend coming up. That's all I got to say. Thank you, Doc.
Very exciting. So now we have the beautiful Kelly up there. Kelly, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Denise Awani. I am the amazing, phenomenal event planner. It is my passion, it is my love, it is my dream, it is my everything. I own Kelly Denise Events. We just started our new initiative called I Bring the Table. And I Bring the Table pretty much is telling women, just like all these beautiful ladies before me said, that you are enough, you are amazing, you are dope, you are it. And dealing with a miscarriage, you gotta give your own self-encouragement. So I'm here to say I bring the table. I make space in any room. I don't care. I got the table, I got the chair, and the food to go with it. So I'm here to join these beautiful ladies in this conversation. So let's have fun.
Yes, it's going to be definitely a great conversation because you're all going to come with some different perspectives and life experiences to kind of share out with the folks who are watching this. And for those of you who have missed it, you also can share it on it's going to be my Black Girl Everything YouTube channel. Please make sure you like and subscribe while you're there. But let's jump into our first question. The first question is, what does being a women entrepreneur mean to you? And how has your identity shaped your journey? So let's start with Coach Jay.
Okay, so I was about to write notes. All right, so being a woman entrepreneur means everything to me because I was someone who ultimately lost my voice and my identity. So being able to stand in the position of power and utilizing my voice to create something that people can use to empower themselves and move throughout this life is massive for me as a female entrepreneur. And being able to reach women in that way, whether it's through my coaching business or my fashion business, it allows us to have a voice and a presence that we bring to every space. And we forget that. We forget who we are. You know, we release who we are to circumstances and societal expectations, and even the expectations we place on ourselves. It will cause us to become smaller and to diminish who we are as a people. And being a female entrepreneur, I can remind women that we are the originator of all of this.
Word. How about it? How about you, Lulu? Same question. How does it shape you and your identity?
Freeing, because I've always done this work, but now to have the title for people to understand that there is such a thing, because most of the time when I do introduce myself, like, oh, we didn't even know there was a thing. You can be certified to teach people about sex. Yes. Oh, well, I know about sex because I've done it. Yeah, but there's a little bit more to that. There's like levels to this. There's a foundation we're building. So when I can help people from starting from the age of 18 and up, that different conversations are amazing. How they come back and say, wow, I took those techniques and they really worked. I wasn't sure at first, but I went on a journey with you and it was amazing. And hear those stories. I'm responsible for 3 people having children that thought they would never have. So those are things that stand and mean a lot to me in that space. And I can't wait to continue growing with people in that space.
Yeah, that's definitely dope. Kelly?
For me, being a woman entrepreneur was scary. I'm not gonna lie, it was scary. My sister said, hey, you love doing this. You might as well make money off of it. She gave me an EIN number, which is free, ladies. So go get your business started. And it just shaped my passion, right? You could chase after your dreams always. So it was like, okay, just own it, be about it. You know, that's your business. Love it, enjoy it. People go to work every day and hate their jobs. Well, here you go. Breathe and take it one day at a time and become that entrepreneur today.
Definitely. Coach Rema the Great. Now, I know you have a journey. A journey to get here. I'm just telling you, I'm just proud of you, right? Because you've mentioned it to me a couple of years ago, and to see it now really playing itself out the way that it is, I'm not shocked. I'm just proud. So talk to people a little bit about being an entrepreneur in your journey.
Tears, bro. I'm in tears. First of all, I'm just a girl from the projects. I need that to be clear. I don't know who I'm going to connect with, but just know I'm a girl from the projects. I've been a hustler forever. However, I've never been a woman entrepreneur. And I'll explain. I didn't even acknowledge that was a thing until almost like the last year and a half, where I've been empowering people around me in my community that are women. So women empowerment has been the new thing for me. So this Coach Rema part is empowering women. I decided that that's my niche. I decided to focus in. I decided to like, nah, this is who's following. Let me pay attention to that. As far as being a woman entrepreneur, how has it shaped me? When I decided to be Sharima, let me go there. I wasn't mom. I wasn't sister. I wasn't this. I wasn't that. I was me. When I decided to be me at 100%, I was like, oh, snap. I scared myself. And then the world was scared. Do you understand me? So as far as like what it did, it gave me this boost of know who you are, know your audience. Continue to know who you are, know your audience, and you'll never fail. And as I move through this, I'm watching young adult women, older women, everybody calling the phone, and they're like, I need. I'm like, you know what? I got a community. So being this person allowed me to see that I have a community that looks just like me in the space that I'm in right now, and I am enough to do it. So that's what that means to me, and that's how it shaped my journey. I can already see what 5 years from now look like. Shit, I can't wait till the end of this month, personally.
No, I can dig it. Yeah. So the email I put out today, I talked a lot about community and how sometimes individuals don't realize that we are moving within our purpose. We are constantly going to affect our community in a positive way, right? Because we're all blessed with the opportunity to have goals and dreams. But when you start acknowledging those dreams and going towards it and really flourishing in those spaces, all you're doing is creating community, especially in Black and Brown communities. And that's why I tell people all the time, dream big. Dream big. Don't dream with any limitations. Just move on it and see where it takes you, because you're going to take somebody else you need to take with you. And that's the win-win when we actually start living our dreams as entrepreneurs. So celebrating ourselves. So I know like a lot of us are parents. right? And then we have the responsibilities of our parents because now we're older, right? Do you ever see that transition that you have children, then you have your parents, and now they're like kids all over again? Trust me, I'm there. I got like 4 of them. I'm just like, I don't know what's wrong with you people. But how are you finding ways to celebrate yourself and your accomplishments and not playing it small? I'm going to start with Kelly.
Wow, that's a big question because for a year it was hard. I was in a dark space in my business. I took a break. Glow knows, like, I was trying to have a child. I went through IVF with having one. I lost one, but now I have my beautiful daughter. She's 6 months. But to celebrate wins is amazing, right? You have to do that. And I've always been the giver in my group. I've always been the person who cheered Dr. Glow on, cheered Coach Rema. I've always been the cheerleader. So for me this year, I was just like, no, I'm going to celebrate every win. It's no more thinking about what Dr. Glow says, what I have on, or what this lipstick look like. I was like, every win is a win. If a client don't want to pay my price, so be it. It's a win because it's probably avoiding a headache. Because I love you, you just can't afford me, and I got to stick to my boundaries, right? So you have to own it, like all the women said so far. You have to own that this is your business, it is your love, it's your thing, and it's your identity. So I celebrate. Cheers to me. I have a glass of champagne, a glass of wine whenever I book a client, and when I don't, I have a glass of wine too, because there's another one waiting for me. So, congratulations to you because you already made it this far and you have so much more to go.
I like that. I like that. Just keep on moving. Even when you think you actually had a loss, you actually really have a gain because every loss is showing you something new, right? It shows you how to actually have more gains. Coach Jay, what do you think about that?
I love that. I ate all that up. I was like, yes, yes. I'm glad I'm on mute. I disrupted the whole flow. No, I love that so much because when it comes to celebrating your wins, one of the things that I did not allow myself to do was I didn't allow myself to be present. Right. I was married for 12 years. I had a step kid. I had a whole spouse, and post divorce, it's like, okay, I got to get things done. I have to do this. I have to do this. I'm behind schedule. I didn't do this. I need more money. I got to get a savings. I got to get a new car. I got all these things I needed to do. I negated what I had actually accomplished. I had actually accomplished coming back to myself and restoring who I am as an individual. I had actually accomplished self-actualizing, right? And I'm the kind of person who I do my own hair, I do my own makeup and everything, nails, toes, whatever. I had to then shift from being present and acknowledging how far I could come to then the self-care aspect and giving a damn about who I am as a person and showing up for myself. Like, okay, what do I need right now? Do I need a mental health day? Do I need rest? Do I need to work out? Do I need water? Let me go get my hair done. Let me go buy this new lipstick. Let me go get these shoes. Yes, Lord, shoes. Let me do the things I need to do for myself that make me feel good. And it's not a matter of being selfish, it's being self-full, because I can only feed people from my overflow. So if I'm not feeding myself and being present in my moment and eating what I need to eat, I can't help anybody else. So that's how I've been able to celebrate myself and my wins in this coaching, self-actualization, Black woman entrepreneur journey.
That is dope. That is dope. So as we lead into, you kind of step into my next section when I'm talking a little about balance and self-care. I love it. I tell you guys, you kind of just flow with it. So Lulu, I got a question for you. What is self-care, some self-care rituals that people can experience, especially as couples and partners? I'm one for that partnership can actually strengthen your business in a lot of ways. When you have someone who is behind you, who is holding you down and moving you forward and giving you all those things that you need. So talk to me around intimacy with yourself when you don't necessarily may not have that part.
But it's really important, right? Because I think, and to both of the ladies' points, we don't take that time to have that about us time. When we're married or when we have a spouse, we feel guilty because we're like, oh, I'm taking care of myself by myself. But there are times where there's not enough direction that I may be able to give you in this space for you to understand what exactly I need. I'm not taking nothing away from you as a person, but right now I need to find that way by myself. And having the conversations with your spouse to let them know it's okay that I'm having this alone time. And I would like for you to have that time too. And I will not be in my feelings. I need for you not to be in your feelings, because it's not about you and it's not about me. This is about solo time, because before I was a partner, I was a solo person. And so a lot of people, we forget that. And I was like, oh, well, I can't, just to your point, when you have children, oh, I can't have self-time because I have these children. Listen, we're going to figure it out. But we need to, otherwise we ain't going to want to talk to these children because we're going to be too wound up. But it is to have that balance, and people are so scared to have it because they don't want to have conflict. They think they're doing something against their partner, and it's completely the opposite. If you have that open conversation, they will love that. They won't even have discussion. Also, how was it? And did you use something new? And have that dialogue that brings you closer to your partner.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Lula. I appreciate that. So, Coach Rema, now I know that you have been a hustler your whole life, right? And I know sometimes when we're in the hustling mentality, we get stuck in the movement of it, that we can kind of lose ourselves in that process. So talk to me or talk to us or the community around how can you kind of prevent that type of burnout from being in that hustle mentality and not focusing on you?
Have a quota of time. Have a quota of time. From the time I've always hustled, I always believe that not hustlers, but entrepreneurs should not work past that 8-hour frame. If you had a regular 9 to 5, you work a 9 to 5. At 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock, cut it out. If you work a 9 to 5, you work for yourself as well, and you're self-employed, which we're gonna change that language soon. I'll show y'all in the book. But when you get off at 5 o'clock, between 5 and 8 o'clock, you work for yourself part-time, right? After 8 o'clock, it's your time. So my burnout antidote is around time management. So what do you do? How much time do you put into something? You don't have to spend all day doing the thing. Just do it with all your energy when you have the time to do it. I think focusing up has been like a really big thing for me. So let's say randomly I get a phone call and I'm in the middle of doing something else. I'll tell that person, give me a call back on this time at this day, because I need to give you my 100% attention. If I'm talking to you right now, I'm not giving you that. And that causes burnout because I'm trying to do 5 or 6 things at one time. No. We're going to do this one thing. I have this time slot for this thing. If it's laundry, if it's talking to the kids, if it's cooking, it doesn't matter. And if a client is wanting to talk to me, the client has a client time. You understand me? That hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, that's the time you have. After that, I'm doing what I need to do for me. And if I need a Saturday to go get hair and nails done and do all of that good stuff, that's what we're doing too. And it's on my time. It's time. We got to schedule time for ourselves. So that's the answer.
Yeah, no, I love that. I love scheduling time for myself. Like people, like sometimes my wife, because we run businesses together, and a lot of times, right, she helps me with a lot of my stuff. And sometimes you will have conversations with me about the sensory gym. And I'm like, no, sorry. We are not on a clock about the sensory gym right now. Right now, we're talking about Black Girl Everything. Can we focus on this concept? And then at say tomorrow, we'll have like schedule a meeting with me and we'll have a conversation around that. So it's like I had to really get firm even with her about, we use our calendar very clearly. So she knows she wants to have a clear conversation with me about a particular concept. She'll schedule time on my calendar. All of a sudden I see an invite. Oh, I want to talk about this, or I want to talk about that. And I'm like, okay, because when you're running multiple businesses and running our family, which is a whole large enterprise with our children and now our granddaughter and our home and our dogs, it can be so much conversation. And sometimes I just don't want to talk about none of that stuff. I just want to sit here and just kind of just look at you and just be present in the moment. So we learned that it took time to schedule out those moments. So we was able to like really engulf in our relationship. Like when we go on vacation, I have a thing that we have to travel like every 3 months, every 90 days, we got to do something. I don't care if it's overnight at the town over at a hotel. We have to like remove ourselves from the space so we can actually just work on I'm just sharing space together, even just for our relationship. So yeah, time. Coach Rema, I agree with you 1000%, because you will burn yourself out trying to think about everything all at once. And then honestly, nothing is going to win in the long run. Right. So let's talk a little bit about Bring the Table, Kelly. When I saw you announce that, Bring the Table, I was like, yes, collaboration and sisterhood. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So how can women help each other be better in business through collaboration? Like coming and joining your conversations. Talk to me a little bit about that.
For me, it's not about competition. We have a bad stigma on women, especially Black women, that I gotta be better than you. No, we don't have to be better than each other. It's enough people in this world that we can all eat. I need to learn from you. You need to learn from me. How you do something is a different way of how I do it, but let's walk this walk together. And if we can sit at your table, let's make a conference room. Let's make an auditorium. I don't care what it is. You bring your table, I bring my table, and we can go back and forth to each other's table. Because it was so real, especially in the event industry. You got pop-up event planners. I love it. But if you can do an event, you're an event planner. And I'm like, cool, that's your thing, but I'm never gonna knock you, right? You gotta start somewhere if that's what you want. But if you're not bringing the 100% excellence of what an event planner should, from logistics to the design to all of the meat and potatoes to it, then you're an event planner. I don't just need a certified, because my behind the scenes job is I'm a minister, right? I was called to do God's work. And I can't just go online and say I'm a minister. I have literally been called by Christ to say, hey, here's your job. And that's how I feel about event planning. Like, I was called, as my anointing is event planning. It is my gift. So bringing the table to me is, I know my table. I know where I need to sit at. I can't go to Dr. Glow's table, and I damn sure can't go to Lulu's table, right? So I'm okay with that. I know my boundaries. I know my lane. So I want your table to meet my table in this one big room, and then I can go to your table and get the advice I need. I don't want to go to a room and then I got to figure out where I'm supposed to do. That's not it. So I bring the table. Glow is pretty much, I want all women to come together. I want you not to be in competition with this woman. I don't want you to feel like you are envious of them. I want you to say, I need help. I need help to build this game, and you got some tools for me, and I got some tools for you. Let's barter, let's pay each other, let's pay each other the full price, and let's get it done. That's it. Point blank.
No, that's what.
Yeah.
That's Coach Jay. I know you have something to say about that, because I kept on hearing the word that came through for me was empowerment, right? Through that process. So go ahead. What do you have to say? I know you have a lot of words. Go ahead.
Oh, yes. When it comes to women empowering women, showing up for women, that is my jam. You have no idea, because just going back just real quick, I didn't have a tremendous amount of female friends. And that's because, unfortunately, it's established within us very young that a woman is your competition to your partner. I'll say it that way. You know, we're competing for the attention of partners. We're competing for the attention of our parents. We're competing for the attention of, our employers. And Kelly, it's no competition. There's no competition, because the reality of it is no one can be you. No one can be me. I'm the only me that exists. I'm the only one who's lived this life the way that I've lived it. So when you realize your own power as an individual, then you can actually have the community that we were speaking to earlier. You can actually come to the table with the fullness of who you are and encourage one another to be bigger and better versions of ourselves, and not tear someone down, because you don't get better by tearing someone else down. You get better by building up the person next to you, because they're going to have a strength where you have a void, and you can't get that filled if you don't recognize where you need to grow and how you need to grow with other people.
I love that, Lulu. So now we're leaning into, uplifting women, right? And how we can work together to do that. So how can we as a community pay it forward towards uplifting women?
Be transparent, right? We have a lot of fears, right? And to both of the ladies' points again, we're like, are they going to accept that? That goes through my mind, even coming into next week. My nerves are really shot. I'm not going to lie to y'all, because I'm like, all right, they're going to be like, sex, we don't want to learn about that. Or they're going to be like, no, I don't want to talk to you for these other people. Maybe, but support. What do I need? Do you want to talk on the side? Be supportive in that space and be like, listen, it's okay if you don't want to, but here's a conversation if you need to, not feeling, I think a lot of times we're always feeling like somebody is judging. Listen, we're not for everybody. We're just not. Like both of them said, we're not going to be. But there are a handful of people who you are absolutely for. And so you just have to find them, and that's be your tribe, and you build a foundation that's going to be amazing. But don't be afraid to step out on that. I may say I'm nervous, but I'm never afraid to step out on that, because I know what I bring to the table. I know my education. I know what I do for others. That's why I'm always getting blessed to have opportunities. That's why I'm always having sponsors to come and say, what do you need at this time? Because I do the work, and I'm always willing to help somebody else with nothing to look for in return.
Yeah. It sounds like you're confident and you know what you have to offer and what you can offer out to people. So Coach Rema, I got a question for you around, self-doubt and imposter syndrome, right? I know you was waiting for that question. I knew it. See, y'all, I'm one of the moderators. I'm a great moderator. Y'all don't know that, right? Because I just know how to slide through the questions. I'm like, this is for you, this is for you, this is for you. So, Coach Rema, go ahead and let it rip. I know you got something to say.
All right. Can I just piggyback off the last question really quick?
Go right ahead.
Into the space. How do we best support each other is when we're in other rooms, recommend each other.
Yeah.
I build my reputation really high, and this is just me talking about me. I can brag for a second. I worked for the city. I worked for the DA office, quit that recently, got my master's in public administration and affairs. I do a lot of community work in East Harlem. I am community all day. You hear me? So the work that I've done, I built myself up so high that if somebody else, a sister of mine, may have a bad word about her, whatever, in the community, I'm like, nope, this is what she does. Watch me do this. One of my best friends, and this is a side note, one of my best friends, when I started school in November, when I applied for school in November 2023, she was not going to school. She was like, well, I'm dyslexic. I have these issues. I was like, no. We're trying to get out of here. You need to go to school. Now she's on honor roll. She's in her BMCC. She's getting her thing. We can empower others by empowering ourselves. So like self-improvement is number one. To the question of imposter syndrome. Oh my God. We all go through it. That voice you're talking about, Lulu, that's us. We judge ourselves. We think people don't want to hear us, don't want to have us. That was one of the things that I battled all the time. And the fact that we don't even get to celebrate. Sometimes we just move and we don't get to celebrate. When you mentioned that too, I wanted to jump on that. We don't get to celebrate our wins because we don't acknowledge our wins. We're looking at what's next. We're constantly fighting what's next. Oh, well, I need to pay this bill. I paid it this month, but when I'm going to pay it next month? Instead of, baby, did you just sell out a whole course? I sold out a whole course, baby. Okay, did a PowerPoint on grant because I teach grant literacy as well. So I'm like, oh snap, I did that. And after I'm like, oh snap, I did that. Yes, you did that. Now what we doing? How you feel about that? Tell somebody about it. Talk about it. My brag game different. It's different. Listen, if I can, you can. If I can, you can. And it's got so good. Another sidebar, I have my own nonprofit as well. I have a bunch of stuff. So my nonprofit is called the Great Parents Club, and I just started something called Mama Moguls Academy, where it teaches moms content creation for economic stability when they need it. Because if I can do it, you can do it too. We'll talk about that another time. I just wanted to drop that mic and say, I'm acknowledging self. There's no more imposter syndrome over here. And whenever I'm getting in that mode, I have to just tap into my circle, be like, yeah, I know who I am. Yeah, I got this. We got this. I got you. You got me. And that's that. Thank you.
I knew you was going to answer the hell out of that question. Go ahead, Kelly.
Oh, I'm just loving this right now because even as women, even every event I go to, right, you have to dress a certain way. I be quick to say, what outfit should I wear? And the imposter syndrome just hits me all the time. It's like, do they think I'm pretty enough? Is it appropriate? And this year I was just like, I'm gonna own it. If I gotta wear a red dress and look sexy in it, so be it, right? Because that is who I am and that's who I feel comfortable in. So that, Coach, thank you. Thank you. I needed that. It was in my head because I was looking for an outfit for this Saturday. And I was like, I'm just gonna wear what I want to wear. That's it. Nobody cares but me. I gotta wear it. I gotta own it.
Yeah, I can dig it. I gotta get my outfit ready for Saturday. I care a little bit. So I gotta figure it out as well as I pop up to your event because you got those people and I'm like, ooh, I gotta be seen because I gotta connect, right? So I'm gonna come through there floating on the clouds like I always do when I walk in the room. People like, yo, who's that? You're like, that's Chloe. Go ahead, Coach Jay.
I have to say this real quick, just piggyback off of everything. We are the center of our own universe as a people. We're not really looking at other people like that. We're too consumed by what we have going on to look at other people. So if you look at the reality of that statement, that means nobody's looking at you. Nobody is stunting you. We care more about what we think people are saying and what we think people are thinking than the reality of it. Because we are the center of our own universe, we're wholly consumed with ourselves. Even those of us who give, the coaches that we are, we give to others, and other people are just consumed by their own life experiences, by the struggles that they're going through, the stories they're telling themselves, their own negative self-talk. So when you own who you are, you realize that you have to present yourself in a way that brings you more confidence in who you are as a person. And then anything they could say about you, honey, that's just some salt.
Yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for that. I think that's definitely dope. So, Lulu, I got a question for you. So, what are some of the challenges now, especially because being a sexpert, right? It can be for some people quite taboo to have those conversations around intimacy. So, as a business owner who focuses on and having those types of open and honest conversations with individuals, like what are some of the challenges that you have faced as a woman entrepreneur in that area?
Just feeling like they don't need the help, or feeling like I'm just someone who is just talking about products. I said, we don't even talk about products at all. Let me know about you. What is the struggles that you're facing? Why do you feel like being intimate with yourself is wrong? Why do you feel like you're not able to have a conversation with your spouse about things that you like or don't like? A lot of the conversations that I have with people are how to navigate to have a conversation with their partner about what they like, what they don't like, what they want to try, and are afraid of their response. Because to Coach Jay's, what are we seeing? I think about that's a horse blinder. We're not really, we're just like this. We're not seeing anything at all, but we think that's what's happening. So coaching them to have that conversation, very vulnerable conversations about what you may want from your partner. People have been together forever and don't know that their partner has trauma, and that's why they don't like certain things. Helping them to have those initial conversations so they can feel free, have that deep breath to say, okay, you've heard me, we received it, and now I can finally let this go.
Dope. So Kelly, as an event planner, I think one of the biggest things we find challenges, and I know ticket sales always kills me, right? It blows my mind. I be sitting here like on the ledge, like, am I gonna make it? Am I gonna make it? I'm gonna make it. So besides that, as an event planner and doing the work that you do, what are some of the other challenges that you have experienced?
Being a wife, right? I'm newly married as of 4 years next week. That's probably why I can't enjoy this wonderful weekend you ladies are having because it's my wedding anniversary. But knowing boundaries of being a wife first, my company is not my husband's company, right? He supports me, he does all the great things, he moves chairs, he sets out linen for me. But at the end of the day, I had to leave event planning out there and be a wife at home and to have intimacy, to cook, to do all say it consumed me when we first got married. It consumed my finances, it consumed my mind, it consumed everything to the point where my husband was like, I think KDE is a little bit on the same level as me. It's like God, KDE, and me. And I was like, oh, that's a reality check. It's a reality check. So the hiccups and to just balancing it all is something I had to learn with. But also you have to realize your worth in your business, right? You have to sell it always. And some people are like, but I can get it for cheaper. Well, if you can get it for cheaper, then go, go do it. And a lot of times we're like, but we want that client so bad and we want that person to be in our room. And you don't need them. You don't need them. Love you, but you don't need them because you have to make a home too. And that's where it went back to my husband, right? He's over my household and he helps me, but baby need a house too. So you gotta make it flow, you gotta find boundaries and get it done.
Definitely dope. And I agree with you on that. It's just about sometimes we get stuck in our tunnel vision around things, and somebody to tap you on the shoulder and be like, hey, we're not in that tunnel right now. Can we move on into this tunnel? So Coach Jay, working with individuals, how are you supporting them through acknowledging when they're stuck in different areas and empowering them to move forward?
My coaching style, my personality is very big. I'm very large, so over the top. My coaching style is different. I'm more empathetic and I'm gentle, and I create a space where people feel comforted and relaxed. So when we approach a situation where someone is challenged, I allow them to see it, and then I just plainly say what it is. We're up there, we're at it, we're looking dead at it, and then I just say it out loud. So by the time we get to the challenge, they already know what it is. They're already seeing it. And then I say it plainly enough for them to actually grab it and accept what has occurred in their own life so that they can then make a decision to address it. So I'm not aggressive with it, though my nature is to be more aggressive. When I coach, I'm actually not that aggressive. I'm actually very much, I'm a confidant and I am a comfort in my coaching space, which is interesting that it would be so different.
I'm really interested in that because I know you in real life. Yeah. Okay.
And even my presentation style is very big, but when I coach, it's a different environment that I create.
Okay. All right. It sounds quite intimate.
It is. It is. I create an intimate environment because people have to, Lulu, everybody says it, they need to be transparent. So you have to create an intimate space for them to go into. And if you are attacking, then they're going to put up a wall and they won't share what needs to be shared to have the breakthrough and the revelation that's necessary for growth.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So Coach Rema, now you create a lot of courses, right? Especially around grant writing and funding. And I think entrepreneurs, one of the biggest thing is about how we're going to keep our life afloat, right? So how are you coaching people through your coursework around grants and actually empowering them at the same time to keep moving and those no's will someday be a yes?
So I was just thinking about challenges and like literally, you do read in my mind, Doc, like you can't, right? One of the things that I was gonna say was be patient, but don't stop. So a lot of times people, they put all their eggs in one basket versus understanding that like you have all these eggs for many baskets. There's not just one stream of income, not just one way to make it, not just one funder. There's multiple funders. There's plenty of places you can get money. And if you can't figure that out, then how about something around fundraising, right? And what does fundraising look like? And everybody thinks it's like, Kickstarter or whatever. But no, fundraising is simple as, hey, I got a Zoom account. I need $100 right now just so I can get whatever LC. Let's say $200 you need to get LC. Hey, everybody, I'm teaching this how to whatever on Zoom on Saturday in 2 weeks. Here's my Cash App. Like, there's so many ways, and I know I'm just dropping stuff. There's so many ways to make money. So my thing is, if you are really interested in funding a program, funding a project, who is your network? What other ways can you fund it if you cannot get the money? Do you necessarily need to pay yourself? Do you have your metrics? Is something I ask. If you have never done this before, maybe you want to think about doing it for free with another organization and using their participants to get it done. So I'm like always giving like this other view. Don't get stuck in the I don't have, get stuck in the world of abundance. You have everything you need. What you may not have that these funders need may be just metrics, because let's be honest, right? Somebody come to borrow money from you and they're trying to do this project and you're like, have you ever did it before? And they're like, nah, I never did that. You're like, I'm not giving you no money for that. Like, it sounds so far-fetched because we can't dream how they dream, right? However, if they came to you and said, can I use your space to do this project? Your space costs you nothing. You're paying rent anyway. And they're like, you know what? Yeah, you can use the space. Go do your promotion. They do it. And then they see it. They see how many people could come out. They see their numbers. They see how much they made, right? And then they come to you and say, can you fund this again? And you're like, hell yeah, because I see what you can do. Sometimes it's about that too. So I give all of those different aspects, but it's definitely patience and it's multiple baskets, not one.
Yeah. So it's like a bell just went off for me, especially right now, because guys know I opened up the Power by BGE space and it's new, right? And it just started in December. So it's like, okay, I had this one model. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be the model. And then January came, I was like, yeah, that's not the model. So now I'm going through January. I'm like, let me try this. Let me put this in. I'm like, yeah, this is the model. Then I was like, February, I was like, that's not the model either. I don't like that one either. Now I'm at March. I'm like, this is definitely gonna be the model. And it's actually working. Right? Like curating more events out of the space, inviting people to utilize the space for very, very low cost, and they get 100% of their ticket sales because I really don't care. Right? That doesn't matter for me. Come in here, curate whatever you want in this space. And then what ends up happening is products sell, businesses sell, more people see the space, more people put their products on the shelves because people want experiences. Right. I can sit here and say, oh, tell me I have over 25 Black-owned businesses in this store, in this boutique shop. Come and shop, come spend money with us, right? That's great. People come every time I'm open, we make money. But now I'm start curating these events. And now I have other people like, yo, this place is beautiful. This is here across the street from the train. Yes. Right. But it took me to start there. I had to be patient. And I'm still telling myself, be patient. It's coming. keep pivoting, figure it out, navigate through the system of creating the space that you want to have, right? Because I've always had these great ideas. Like even Black Girl Everything started off as just one event. I tell people that all the time. All it was going to be was an event. And look what it is now, right? So things are going to grow into what they need to be. So sometimes just step out on faith and just trust that things are going to turn out the way you need them to turn out. So as we get towards the end of this, Lulu, I want you to talk to me a little bit for like future generations and women entrepreneurs, right? What is some advice you would give them, especially around stay in the course?
Keep learning, right? So there's so many different nuances all the time, and stay in your lane, right? Because somebody might say, oh, but look at this over here. Take the advice, collect it, take what you need from it. I feel like we talked about eggs. It's like peeling an egg. We don't need all the shell. We just need that part inside, and then take what you need from it. Do you just want the whites or do you need the yellows this time from that information that we shared? And receive that. Every time I go to an event, I'm listening to everything everyone says. I'm like, okay, I tried that. They don't know that. Let me try it maybe in this extra piece of information they gave me and see if it works this time. Or just like, you know what, it really just didn't. And say, okay, thank you. But what I think sometimes happens is we're like, you know what, I already know that. Yeah, but you didn't know from this person. It sounds different. The delivery was different. They don't know you and they want to share the information with you. You should take that always. They don't know you from Adam, but they see something in you. They want to share something so they can build you. Be open to that. We're so afraid to be open in that because we just think someone's out to get us. We just know that someone is out to get us. They're not out to get us. Well, maybe some people are, I guess, right? Somewhere in the back that we just not seeing them. But for those people who are coming in and say, listen, I like what you're doing. Wow, that's amazing. Like, oh, thank you. And you want to say what? And just take it. Be open. Be open to hear the information. I think that will take a lot of people so far because we get so stuck. But somebody can just tell you to turn that corner and look at the sunlight down there. You're like, wow, I was so happy I listened to that corner they told me about. Because now I see something different that I was not seeing. There was so many clouds and I just couldn't get to it.
Perfect. Thank you, Coach Jay. Same question. What do you tell people? How can we build a stronger future for everybody? Because right now we're holding on tight. Right now. So please.
I love what she was saying about just sort of being in an understanding and seeing everything. For me, there are two main parts when it comes to staying the course. First of all, you have to receive the compliments that you're getting. You have to receive those good words of encouragement. When you succeed at something and someone says, oh my God, I love that bag. Or, oh, thank you so much. I needed that conversation. Don't say, oh, it's okay. You know, it's okay. Thank you. Whole sentence. You have to receive it. We're so accustomed to just brushing it off. No, receive that good feedback. It is a motivator to continue. Even if it's a little uncomfortable, discomfort's not trauma. It won't kill you. Receive it. That's the first thing. Second thing is that you're not failing. You're not failing. These are opportunities for growth. You put yourself in opportunities to quote unquote fail, and then you recognize, I don't know that. I didn't know that. Now I know that. I put that information in my pocket. I implement, I move forward. So you allow yourself to fail or to receive those opportunities for growth, and then you grow. And along the way, you receive the compliments. That is how you stay the course. That is how you overcome your negative self-talk and the imposter syndrome.
I love it. I love it. Coach Rema, what is your take on that? Stay in the course.
So patience, right? But have grace with yourself. However, don't forget that you work for you. Don't forget that you work for you. So the book, I'm gonna drop the name now. It's called Employed by Self. Don't forget you are employed by self. You are not self-employed. So, and I mean that with everything in my bones. I mean that you work up, you get, let's say there's a job you work at 9 to 5 and everybody has to work that at some point. You'll get to the job at 7:45 knowing you have to start at 8 o'clock, right? But when it comes down to you and working for yourself, you'll be lenient, you will be careless, you'll get up late, you'll say, well, it's because I can do it. No, you cannot do it. Your health is a part of you working for yourself. Your business is a part of you working for yourself. Your love life is a part of you working for yourself. Your relationships is a part of you working for yourself. You are employed by self. I do not think a lot of us, if we think about what we hire ourselves, if we would hire ourselves. So to the future entrepreneurs, ask yourself, would you hire you? Whatever your product is, your service is, would you hire you to sell that service? Would you hire you to do that service? Shoot, would you hire you to be with your partner? Let's answer those questions. Would you hire you? Because who do you work for? So I work for self. I work for Sharima Harvell LLC. And she hired Coach Rema a couple of months back, and I ain't stopped because she's a hard cookie to work for. Okay. So my advice to the entrepreneurs is do not forget, you could give yourself grace, but don't forget who you work for. That's it.
First of all, that employed by self is a whole conversation. All right, a whole conversation. We're gonna have to have a whole nother just 45 minutes to an hour to talk about that alone. I cannot wait for that release.
This is gonna
dig
be
into that
retreat, Glow. I got something for them, Glow. They ain't ready today.
Yeah, that right there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm at that one. That's a lot. Kelly.
Man, I work in schools, so education is key for me, especially young women. You don't know when a young woman's dealing with something until you get to sit down and have a real conversation with them. And I curate events, experiences, not just an event, an experience. And every time I have an experience, Glow knows it's to empower our community, and you have to, especially our young ladies, right? They are in a society where being a baddie is not near long anymore, right? So for me, it's to own yourself, to be comfortable in that space, to know who you are as a beautiful woman, black, brown, white, I don't care. You just to know that you're a woman, that you're amazing. So to the tools I leave is my own experience. So like Coach Jay said, you have to own who you are. You have to know who your identity is. And when I speak to these young women that I speak to at my schools, or when I have my cotillion, or even the Let It Snow Gala, or even on Saturday, I tell them my own experience. I can only tell you what I've been through. I can only tell you what shoes I had to walk in. Nobody else's shoes, not my mom's shoes, not my aunt, not my grandma, but what Kelly had to walk through, what her pain felt like. And you have to be transparent with that. You have to be open. And that's another reason why I bring the table, dealing with a miscarriage that nobody wanted to talk about, knowing that it was 20 other people going through the same thing, hurt more, knowing that they were going through it, hurting alone. Alone. And I was like, why do you never said nothing? And it was just like, because I was in fear, or I was ashamed. Why are you ashamed that you having a miscarriage when thousands, millions of women across the world are going through the same pain and trauma? So I was just like, no, I'm going to start creating a space where people feel comfortable to just talk, be you, be unapologetically you. And that is the tools or keys or anything I can leave for young women or young people in general. I'll be 37 in October. And even then I'm saying here, like, I want to learn more. I got to learn more, but I want people who could be genuinely them. And even when I read your book, Glow, when I read that book, I was like, oh, someone else understands me. And I'm not doing this alone, because you're not. You don't have to. You don't never have to be in competition. You just need to hear somebody else's story. I'm a strong believer. If you don't tell your testimony, nobody else learns. I can't tell people about God and be unashamed about God unless I tell him about the Christ that died for my sins. That's point blank. That's it. That's for me.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I wrote the book, because of our experience specifically. And it was like people didn't talk about IVF or loss during IVF or just loss in general. And writing that was so therapeutic for me. And then anytime somebody reads it, or anytime I hear somebody has a loss, I just like want to I go put it in people's mailbox. Like, here, just take that. Because it's not just you. is not just you. Because when we realize that it's not just us, it takes away so much pressure, right? So much pain. You realize that, okay, I can really talk to you open and honestly because you really get it. And I think that's what we're all looking for, you know, and that's why I wanted to talk about celebrating individuals and these specific questions, because these are things that everybody's experiencing. I know every time y'all open my mouth, I was like, yup. Yup. And I know there's other people out here who are feeling the same way, and other people's going to watch this later on who I'm like, yeah, that makes so much sense. But yeah, this is why we got to create these type of spaces where people can actually share, right? And talk about these truths. So people stop thinking that it's just me. It is never just you, not in any type of circumstance. So this is the part of the day where I go ahead, Kelly, you got
I
it.
don't mean to cut you off.
No,
I
go ahead.
even want to put in rooms when you make these experiences, like a disclaimer, like you can't judge because, like Lulu said, people are so worried about what other people think. And it's not, nobody cares. Nobody care what they think, but we're so quick to think that somebody else cares what they're thinking, that when you create these experiences, like write this NDA right now, because I want you to just be able to be free to have a full conversation. Like I know y'all gonna set it on fire next week. And I told Glow, I was like, I don't sleep with other people in rooms. I'm just like, can I get a day pass? And I was like, maybe Glow made the day pass just for me. And then I realized it was on my wedding anniversary. And I was like, oh man. But to be in a space with other women who can share, I know y'all gonna set it on fire. Like the 3 speakers you got alone, I'm sitting here like, man, can you just record it? Just give me a snippet. Like put me on a ant in the room and just let me eat the crumbs. Come on now. Like let me be at the picnic table. Come on. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's a dope experience. And Kelly, just for clarification, people stay at a hotel and actually come over during the weekend. I do have a special experience where there are some folks who are staying in the house for the first time, but we usually don't. Or people usually stay inside the actual tree house or is my team. But who we have right now this is the infomercial time. Okay, this is the big time. This is your moment where you sell you. Because trust me, I'm gonna sell myself after you guys go. So this is where you're going to actually share your name again. You're going to share how people can follow you, and you're going to share why you are important to this world. 10 seconds to think. I'm done. 10 seconds over. Coach Jay, go.
I am Coach Jay. I'm the CEO and founder of Jakayla Marie Accessories, as well as Jakayla Marie Coaching. I empower women. I empower women by design of the bags that I create, the one-of-a-kind bags that I make. You can find that on Instagram. It's Jakayla Marie _accessories for the bags. And if you want to hear encouraging content, I drop 5 videos a week. It's Jakayla Marie _coaching on Instagram. If you want to email me directly, if you do not have Instagram, you can email me at jakaylakcoaching@gmail.com. And the reason I matter and the reason I exist here in the world is to encourage women who have gone through massive loss, whether it's loss of loved ones, loss of self. I help you self-actualize and heal through my coaching journey and through the accessories that I create. I think I did it.
I think that was perfect. Good job. Good job. All right, I'm gonna give you that sound bite later so you can use it. It was amazing. All right, Lulu.
Hello, my name is Lulu Batista. I am the owner of Lulu's Cherry Box. I bring foreplay back to life exclusively. That's what I love. That's my foundation. I want everyone to do it by yourself, with your partner, with however many partners you have, and build on that. Be open to have those new experiences, have those conversations. Do not be afraid. We have gone through a lot of trauma, a lot of us, but it's okay. And we can meet each other on the other side. If you haven't been intimate in a long time and you want to go back to that, let's do that. Through trauma, through anything, I'm here to support that. You can find me at Lulu Inc. 83 on Instagram. I am very much Googleable. I have 4 podcasts. You can find them all on my Instagram, or you can email me at thecomfortzone.83@gmail.com. And I would love to connect with all of you because we're going to have an amazing time next week. I already packed my bag already, so you're ready to go.
I ain't packed nothing.
I had to go to stores today to get the stuff, so it was
I'm still trying to find my my outfit for Sunday for affirmation brunch.
I just got the red pants. They just came in.
Yeah, I gotta get my life together. I'm like, I need to figure that out. But I did go myself from the sponsors though. I drove to Delaware the other day to pick up the last case of wine from our wine sponsor. So yeah, I went at like 4 a.m. It was an amazing drive Sunday morning to get a case of wine. big fun. But Coach Rema, share, let's go. Drop all that info.
It's a lot. Okay. So my name is Rema Harvell, best known as Rema the Great here in East Harlem. Moving in transition to Coach Rema. Okay. I am the CEO of Harvell Consulting. I am the founder of the Great Parents Club, a nonprofit organization dedicated to parental leadership and economic stability through content creation. I am I am Coach Rema, and my life is why I'm important. My life is the story. I realized that a lot of the things I've gone through, I went through because I needed to speak on it through my perspective to reach those that is going through it. I have so many different layers to my story that in any room I'm in, I'm going to hit someone with something. Okay. And then again, if I can, you can. And that's how I choose to be important in this time. If I can, you can. Wait till y'all see the book. Oh, and I'm an author and all this other stuff. I'm doing mad stuff. So yeah.
So great. Thank you, Coach Rema. And Kelly?
I'm going to take my time with this for 2 seconds because I talk really fast.
Go right ahead.
I am Kelly Denise Awani. I am the owner and founder of Kelly Denise Events. You can find me at www.kdeplans.com. I am a luxury event planner. I do not-for-profits. I do corporate. I do social events. I do it all, but most of my love and passion is logistics. So if you need a logistics coordinator, I am that person who loves Excel spreadsheets. So if you need me to organize your whole entire world, that's me, because I'm a meticulous, detail-oriented diva. And I have just dropped the initiative of Kelly Denise Events called I Bring the Table, which is to be unapologetically you and bring the table to any room, any space, anywhere you want to go, make room for yourself. And this weekend, this great upcoming weekend on Saturday is our inaugural brunch. It is our congratulations brunch where you can celebrate all your wins. We have amazing gift boxes that I worked really hard on, because anytime you come to a KDE event, it is an experience and you will get a gift, because my love language is gift giving. So I don't care what it takes. I am going to get you a gift. No matter what dollar amount you paid, you get a gift. I want to bring our amazing keynote speaker that we have. They're not as great as the women that's on here, but trust me, you're going to have a time. We have a DJ by DJ Pursue. So please come with your sing-alongs and your vibes. We have Remember the Night, who is doing crazy decorations for us, because like I said, I create an experience. You don't just walk into a space. But lastly, anytime you walk into one of my rooms, it's not the same restaurant that you walked into on a daily day. So I bring the Cinderella effect into any room. So I can't wait to go to Dr. Glow's spot, because BGE needs KDE's love too. So let's get them drapes going. Let's get them chairs brought in, and let's show people that you can take a small space and make it a beautiful, amazing space with KDE. Thank you.
Good job. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So as you know, guys who are watching, this was a moment where they actually took out and celebrated their wins for who they are. And we need to be loud and proud about who we are and what we do and all the amazing things that we bring to our communities and to the world. You know, so for me, I'm Dr. Glow. I'm the CEO and owner of Black Girl Everything. I'm also the founder and CEO of the Daisy Dream Project. We had the first and only sensory gym here in Mount Vernon, New York, as a Daisy Dream Project. That place is vibing. We are also the diaper bank where people can get free diapers in the city in Mount Vernon, as well as other things. So we have a parent coaching program, and we are working on some great collaborations with some amazing people. This weekend was a Say Yes weekend for me. All the seeds I put out years ago, people are finding me like, hey, did you do that? Yes, open. Let's go. Let's get to work. Right. So it's been an amazing blessing for that. And then I have my Powered by BGE space where we sell Black women-owned products and curate amazing events. KDP gonna be there. Everybody's gonna be there. It's gonna be amazing. Rema's gonna come there. Jakayla's gonna come all the way from Illinois and host an event there. Lulu's gonna do events there. There's gonna be Lulu After Dark at the BGE space. I just made it up just now because it's gonna happen. How about it? Light some candles. We're always burning incense. Oh, we also have incense making classes coming up soon too. So it's gonna be a lot of great events there in the space. Yes, sexy, cute, and nice. So I'm also the executive director of Carolyn Island Child Development Center. So early childhood is my thing. I love working with young children. If you're looking for an educational space for your young child and they're like here, or you plan on having them in 3 years, get on my wait list because that's how long it takes to get into my program. We are stacked. We are currently servicing 80 kids from the ages of 4 months all the way to 9 years old. So it's growing and it's an amazing program. I love what I do here for my community because we save lives, we support families and everything else. So that's a little bit about Dr. Glow. And then I'm kind of cute. Like, I know I'm cute. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. And I'm also a really good friend. How about it? So get to know me. I love to connect with folks and people all the time. So I want to thank you all again for coming out and being part of this amazing panel. For those of you who might have missed it from the beginning, please go on to my YouTube channel, Black Girl Everything. This will be posted up there. Make sure you go to my website, www.blackgirleverythingllc.com. If you got an extra $5, go to the daisydreamproject.org. I can use all your $5. Send me $5. If 100 people send me $5, that pays for all my free programming for the month. So please, let's go. Let's get this. And I appreciate all you guys today. Go ahead, Kelly. What you got?
I think we should have a $5 jar on Saturday. So let's get a jar made so we can put that $5 out there. Bring the table. That's it. That's it. You got.
Yes, I will have that $5 jar. Word. See, this
bring that $5 jar.
People. Yes, it's gonna be really cute. It's gonna be really colorful. It's gonna have little ears from it. I'm so excited. Put a little kid handprint on it. Pow! There you go. And put $5 right in. It's gonna work out for everybody. All right. So thank you for everybody who tuned in on us on Facebook. Thank you for those who are watching this on YouTube later on. And I appreciate you ladies again for celebrating with me today in Women's History Month. So everybody, peace.